I should have this list pulled. Got it.
Welcome to the TV Time Machine podcast. Shit, my microphone's way over here. Is that better?
Yes.
I'm your host, Luis Garcia.
And I'm Adam Vargas. I don't know why I leave him down.
We love TV. Not even close this time. That was awful. Adam,
Let's get a retake.
there's a lot of bad TV out there.
There is.
And we're always talking about the good stuff. I think we should talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
We are doing a quick lunch-isode. I love these lunch-isodes, by the way. Boom, boom, get it done. How's life? How you been?
Pretty good.
What's new in the binge world? You've been binging some stuff?
I've been binging bad TV.
Oh, in preparation for this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, I can't wait.
I've also been rewatching A Woman Under the Influence. So good.
Are you excited about the Batman?
Yes.
I already got my ticket for tomorrow night. I am stoked.
I'm excited about the Pat. Oh man, the Pat Man.
The Patman?
Pat. Robert Pattinson. Patman.
Oh God.
The Patman. Nobody's said it yet. I haven't seen anyone say it yet.
Dude, he's getting hotter and hotter. Like, I didn't think he was attractive to Twilight at all, but Lighthouse, woo!
Oh yeah. Amazing.
I was like, if I'm gonna be trapped in a lighthouse, I want to be with him. Not the other weirdo. That guy was creepy as fuck.
Defoe was
a lunatic.
He was amazing though.
Well, cool. So our episode is based on a June 23rd, 2021 article from The Wrap. And that article is a 37 worst sitcoms of all time, from Mama's Family, which I know you have strong feelings on.
I love Mama's Family.
To Coupling. And let's break this down for our viewers. Sitcom is short for what?
Situation comedy.
Situation comedy. So you have a situation and it's comedy. Very strange way to put it, right?
Yeah.
Basically, it's something that comes up. There's a first act. Well, there's like several acts actually in a script. There's like 7 acts in a sitcom script, right? Something crazy. There's a conflict, resolution, and it's all usually what? Within 22 to 27 minutes?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, classic sitcom story ideas are, I asked 2 people to the prom and they both said yes. Adam and Luis get stuck in a freezer and bond. Adam and Luis get stuck in an elevator.
Wait. You got to have the birth in the elevator episode. That
birth
was
in the elevator.
Really big in the 80s.
Were they close up to like a gigantic 10-month-old?
Yeah.
That
they
just
hold up the baby.
Out of
like
the monster, and the audience goes, "Oh." Another classic sitcom storyline. There's a robbery hostage situation.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that done multiple times.
Yep.
The freezer one especially.
The robbery hostage situation is the unseen premise of Doogie Howser, the Doogie Howser pilot.
Oh, really? There's a hostage situation.
It doesn't happen on screen. It's just talked about. So the Doogie Howser pilot starts with Doogie's like talking to somebody, and like his boss at the hospital, and actually Doogie is almost a side character in the episode because Marcus Redmond is more of the main character. Marcus Redmond played Raymond. Redmond played Raymond. Raymond Alexander, who was the orderly at the hospital that Doogie worked at. but the episode starts. So Doogie's talking to like the hospital director and somebody who is like a big donor. And Raymond walks in, and do you remember him?
The dad?
No. Marcus Redmond. He was the orderly at the hospital.
Oh, the African American guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he walks in, and Doogie gets spooked by him, you know. Uh, and he's like, I took what you said seriously, and if you can still give me a job, if you can still help me out, I'd love a job. Uh, and so as the like episode goes on, like you find out that they met because Doogie was visiting Vinny at his convenience store job, and uh, Raymond came and robbed the place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then it turned into a hostage situation, and Doogie like talked him down, and like told him if he got like turned his life around, he would help him if he changed his ways or whatever.
That's way different.
Yeah, and then like the episode basically follows Raymond's character, like as he's like trying to work at the hospital, and like it's the first job he's ever had. You find out like later in it, and so uh, yeah, it's really interesting. Like he even has his own montage in the episode, but
Hmm.
like Doogie doesn't get a montage. It's like Doogie is like barely in it. He's like here and there, and then he's at the end journaling.
Very strange.
Yeah, and at first you think like, because like Doogie's going through something, like kind of in the episode, but you just like hear a little bit about it, and you think it's going to be all like, oh, like I saw that we're the same, because he's like, it starts off that way, and you're just like, whoa, is he going to like compare his troubles
Hmm.
as like a privileged son of a doctor who's also a doctor to like, anyways, but then like the journal, like, it takes a twist at the end, and it's not that at all. He's not trying to compare himself, but yeah,
Cool.
yeah, hostage situation.
True. According to this article, a good sitcom can make viewers forget their troubles for 22 minutes. Warning, the following list does not name any of those kinds of shows. Here's our deep dive in the 37 worst sitcoms of all time. Happy browsing. I will start. This one sounds horrendous, but it's called My Mother the Car. And
I
it ran
vaguely,
for a year.
yeah, I vaguely remember this, like seeing this like on Nick at Night or something like that,
A
or
man
or
buys a dilapidated touring car when he discovers that it's the reincarnation of his deceased mother who talks to him through the radio. Alan
nope.
Burns created it.
It's like the precursor to
Mary Tyler.
Night Rider with Kit. Except it's not his mom, and they're not saving the world.
He did the show before he went on to make Rhoda and Mary Tyler Moore. Rhoda and Mary Tyler Moore were massive hits.
Yep.
What the hell was he thinking? And
Everybody starts somewhere, right?
the picture of this looks just horrendous.
Yeah.
There's a dog. Does not look good. The next one is The Ropers.
I watched a few episodes of this.
I remember The Ropers. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of remembered it while I was watching it. Like, oh, I've seen this.
So basically, it's the landlords from Three's Company and Mr. Furley, which was played by Don Knotts, but didn't get his own show. But the Ropers
He
did.
should have got his own show. He was much better.
Jim Carrey.
The surprise of the show was Jeffrey Tambor and Evan Cohen, who, gosh, what else? Evan Cohen was also on Alice, and he was on a couple shows.
There's a new girl in town. That's Alice, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that that's based on Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore by Martin Scorsese?
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a movie.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. That was one of his first with like Boxcar Bertha. Well, after Boxcar Bertha and that other one.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Joni loves Chachi.
Oh, but the other thing, nah, never mind. I was going to bring up something else about the Ropers, but yeah, it's a little bit worth it for Jeffrey Tambor, but it was also really weird. There was like a scene in the either the pilot or the second episode where Jeffrey Tambor's son Evan Cohen has like a an imaginary dog, and he's like asking his dad to play with it, and he's like not wanting to play with it, so he's like, okay, I'll play with it. So he, like, there's like some threat of like uh if he doesn't play with the dog, like Mr. Roper's gonna come over or something. I don't remember how, but like, so he picks the dog up like this, and he's holding it like this, and he's going, and like this is the shot in the camera too. It looks like this, and he's going,
Ugh.
yeah, and then the son is like, you're kissing the wrong side.
That's the joke.
But the mom does it first. The mom does it first, and she's going like, it's, dude.
That's really bad.
I'm like, wow, this show, like, what is
What are you trying to say, show?
Yeah.
Joni Loves Chachi was a spinoff from Happy Days.
Yeah, I
Chachi,
remember my
Yeah,
cousin
Chachi.
liked that show.
played by Scott Baio, who is an absolute piece of shit in real life.
Yep.
Hate the motherfucker. Sorry, I didn't realize there was a child there.
He can't. He can only hear me.
Oh,
with
good.
the headphones on.
Scott
Adam,
Baio,
we're recording the
super right wing, POS.
Go back up.
Anyway, he played Fonzie nephew, cousin,
Cousin.
and then he
Nephew.
fell in love with Joni Cunningham, and they had their own show, and it didn't. No one liked it. It was a waste of time. Awful.
Yeah, I remember my cousin liked it, but that was only because she had a crush on Chachi
Chachi.
back in the 80s.
This is awful. After MASH, I've never heard of this. 1983 to 1985. A dramedy. MASH supposedly was one of the best dramedies of all time. Took place during the Korean War. Ran for 13, 19, something crazy episode seasons.
I used to watch it with my parents.
Had one of the biggest last episode viewings of all time.
125 million.
Insane.
That's just in the US.
That's insanity.
In the US.
Imagine the money off that. Holy crap.
That's like comparable to like Super Bowl ratings of like the same era.
So they took MASH and then they put them in a hospital, and they were all living in the suburbs, and it's called After MASH. And it was it lasted for 2 years.
Yeah. Some of the shows on here had like 6 seasons, and I'm like,
they're terrible sitcoms. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
And here we go. This one was ranked one of the worst. It ran for 7 seasons. Do you want to speak to Mama's Family? What was this a spinoff of? Was this a spinoff of something?
Okay, Mama's Family was a spinoff of the Carol Burnett show. Okay. And it was a sketch that was just on that at that time just called The Family. Mm-hmm. And the writers wrote it with Carol Burnett in mind to play the mama. But when Carol read the script, she was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely Eunice is such a good character. I can't wait to play this, you know? And they were mad. They wanted Vicki Lawrence to be Eunice and her to be Mama, because Mama was the main character, you know? They thought main character, Carol Burnett. And then in the rehearsals, Carol Burnett was like, this isn't working. And she's like, let's all do Southern accents. And 2 of the writers walked off the set, walked off the show. When they're like, no, you're playing it wrong. That's not how it works. Like, blah, blah, blah. And then like it premiered that next episode, and it was like it became the biggest like reoccurring sketch, you know. So it eventually got a spin-off.
They call her a white Medea.
Yeah. And that's the cool. So she wants to do she wants to do a reboot with her and Medea, like a Thelma and Louise
Cool.
style. Yeah,
I saw Medea's new movie on Netflix. It was funny. I
I
laughed.
didn't know. Yeah,
It's called
I've not
Medea's
seen it.
Homecoming, and it's rated R. It's the first time they've ever gone like adult, which
Mm.
is weird.
Aside from like the stage shows he used to do.
I mean, they're dropping F bombs and boner jokes, and it's
Oh
really.
wow.
Um, I remember this
So
next one.
the other thing about Mama's Family is it was the first time Betty White and gosh, what's her name?
Rue McClellan.
Yes, Rue McClellan from Golden Girls were on a show together.
So back then, did you just have to be friends and you just work together on different shows your whole life, like
I guess.
Vivian Vance and Lucille Ball?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they weren't in a ton of episodes. They were in like Rue was in 24 and Betty White was in 16. But they played like neighbors of Mama.
Mama.
Yeah, and I totally remember them because I used to watch that.
In the smallest
Oh, thanks, buddy.
one of those little cheese cane thingy cups, I used the smallest one to put in the flavor.
I love his hair.
Say hi to Louise.
Hi to Louise.
You're adorable. Oh, family toy. This next one and the following one are atrocious. There was this big thing in like the 80s and 90s and 70s where instead of movies, movies would be made into sitcoms. Remember that craze?
Yeah. Yep.
Ferris Bueller had a short-lived sitcom, NBC.
Yeah. And we covered this on gosh, was this our first or second?
Our pilot episode, I think.
Was it the pilot episode?
Yeah,
I thought it was a one and done. Wasn't it the one season?
Oh, one. Yeah, one.
Yeah,
season.
like one and done. Yeah, episode. I think it was.
Yeah. Well, I hated it. Jennifer Aniston was in this as his sister.
I think I feel like we party watched it, like watched it together online.
Sloane looks like Nicole Eggert. And it's not her.
Nope.
And the kid who plays Ferris Bueller is so asinine. That actor didn't.
God, he was so. Oh gosh.
Just you could tell
he was like, so cheese. He was just cheese all around.
He's the actor like a nephew. He's like related to some you know.
Mm-hmm.
Harry and the Hendersons was also a movie with John Lithgow.
Yep.
And D. Wallace Stone. No, was that D. Wallace? No. Retraction. John Lithgow and a big Bigfoot in 1991 and 93. 90s sitcom was a little before War of the Planet of the Apes technology, and it was awful.
Yeah.
So you take
it was like, and it was like 4 or 5 years after the movie came out. So it was like at that point it was like, really? Like why are you
he came back in this pilot.
Yeah, and it was Bruce Davidson and Molly Cheek. I don't even know these people.
Molly Ringwald?
Molly Cheek.
Margaret Cho?
Those were the parents. Margaret Cheek, like
cheekbone.
But there was there has been like they like tried to do another reboot of it.
Really?
But yeah, I think it was just in talks or just like announced on IMDb Pro or something. Like
Ooh, in talks. What is that like? We're in talks with the new Harry and Andersons. Ooh. Could you imagine
George
meeting?
With George Foreman.
Oh God. What's funnier than a boxer turned grill pitchman? Everything. George Foreman, a former heavyweight champion, known famously for fighting Muhammad Ali. He won that fight, right?
Yeah.
And then he became known for the George Foreman grill, which I actually had in college. The thing was so disgusting because it would fill that little grease trap would fill with grease.
Oh man,
Ugh!
I've seen so many of those in college dorm rooms that were nasty.
Start on fire. Um, I don't remember this next one. Homeboys in Outer Space.
I do remember it. I feel like it was HBO, and I feel like there's also like, I feel like it's a cult.
96, 97. That's our time. We should have known that, right?
Yeah, no, I remember watching it a little bit,
Mhm.
but like I said, I feel like it was on.
MTV, right?
Was it on MTV?
Oh, that looks like a Fox show.
Oh, maybe it was Fox. I thought it was on. I thought it was on cable. Oh, it was on UPN. That's right. It was on UPN. I knew it wasn't on one of the normal stations.
Why are they so? Yes, Dear is on here next. It ran for 6 seasons. That was a huge show.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Why is it on here as one of the worst? If it lasted 6 seasons, it's obviously not that bad, right? I think someone's jealous. The American version of Coupling, I think only lasted 1 episode and was canceled immediately. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. It was Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it came. I mean, it was huge in the UK. They brought it to America, canceled. Yikes, this list is cringeworthy.
Yeah.
My Big Fat Greek Life, based on my movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which is a massive hit. It was produced for like 5 million, made like 300 million. What was her name? Rita something.
Oh gosh.
Rita Wilson and Tom Hanks famously produced it.
Yep.
And then it became a TV show. And then it became My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, the movie, which was
really
a sequel. Yeah.
I never saw that.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding was a funny movie. It was really cute.
Oh yeah, no, it was great. I loved the posters that were like My Big Fat, and it just like listed like all these different nationalities, because it was like everybody was like, this is like my family.
Yeah, My Big Fat Greek, whatever.
Nia Vardalos.
Yeah, she was great. And then she never really had a career after that. She
did that one movie, gosh, that was like about
2 girls, the singers.
baseball or something. Didn't it have to do with baseball?
She did a movie where she and her other friend were like lounge singers or something. It's an older script that she got produced.
Oh yeah, it was something she like had on the
Something
back
like
burner,
that.
right?
I just have this on the back burner. You want to produce it? Sure. You did My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah. Your gold and everything.
Opa.
Connie
Joey.
and was it Connie and Carla?
Yeah, Connie, something. I didn't see it. I had no desire to.
Nope. I remember restocking it like once when I worked at Hollywood Video. I don't even think I don't, maybe I worked with Blockbuster at that. I don't even think so. I think I was done with both of those companies by the time that movie came out.
Joey was based on Joey from Friends. He had his own spinoff for 2 years called Joey. And it's where Joey Tribbiani left New York for LA to continue acting. And he moved in with his nephew and sister, right? Something dumb.
I don't remember. I saw the pilot and that was it.
The girl from Adrienne from Sopranos was his sister. Mm-hmm. And just awful all around. Oof. Getting closer. Emily Reasons Why Not. We have a million reasons as to why not. It didn't last. Shit My Dad Says. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I think I saw a couple episodes of it. And I didn't think it was that bad, but I see how you could run out of, like, because what's the premise? He just says weird stuff,
It's
like
based on tweets.
Oh no, I remember. Yeah. And that account was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's like, what are we showing up for every week?
A tweet.
You know what I mean? Like, what is like who has a goal, who's trying to achieve something, like what's the, I don't know. Like I feel like most sitcoms have some kind of goal.
Yeah. Even if it's
outside of Seinfeld.
you borrowed someone's car without asking and then wreck it.
Yeah.
Or you borrow someone's goldfish and it dies, you replace it with an identical goldfish.
Yeah. But like Family Matters is like about like a husband and wife trying to raise their family in the suburbs of Chicago, like so like, you know what to expect. It's just like stuff my dad says. Like, what is that? I don't know. It's just like what's the premise though? Beyond that. Like I get your dad's gonna say funny stuff. But
The Hard Times of R.J. Brewer. Don't know what that is.
Nope.
Nerdy character title becomes popular after his entire school accidentally sees his surprisingly large penis. That's the whole premise. R.J. Berger was kind of like Superbad, just without the laughs. What a mean article.
Yeah. Also, what kind of show is that? Like, it's such a weird show. Like,
And
here's
they're
a
underage
show
kids
about an underage kids.
showing off.
Yeah.
His cool.
Yeah. And
That's great.
and then everybody's response to that,
Oh, big penis. That's kind of like the
Mhm.
show on HBO.
Fun. Yeah.
That one was actually funny because there was a story there. He became a male.
Yeah. Yeah. And his ex-wife was his pimp. Like that. You have a premise. Like that's a funny scenario.
Actually, not a bad idea. The Paul Reiser show. Paul Reiser. I never found Paul Reiser funny. I think
what was he on before? What made him famous that got him mad about you? No, that got him mad about you.
Aliens?
No, he was in something because the whole thing with Aliens was that Cameron was playing against his typecast.
My Two Dads was the show.
So yeah, because like you weren't supposed to expect that Paul Reiser was a bad guy in that because he was always playing a good guy. So James Cameron was like trying to play against conventions with that.
Yeah, well, Paul Reiser was just in Spokane. Spokane comedy. I missed it.
Did you miss it, or
no?
Were you just not there?
I didn't show up. Two Broke Girls, which I actually loved. I didn't realize how racist and problematic the show was.
Oh my gosh, dude. Like 5 minutes in, there was like racist jokes. I was just like,
oops.
I've watched like 3 episodes, and not because I was liking it. I was just like, what else are they gonna do? What else are they gonna say? Like,
it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And it really sexualizes women, and it's just not good. But the premise is funny, but yeah, bad execution.
Yeah. Like it could have been good. Like 2 people working in a Brooklyn diner, but I don't know. They had to get racist, I guess. I don't know.
Another show I didn't feel was funny because I don't like the actress. Are You There, Chelsea? Chelsea Handler, I don't think is that funny. I think she's mean. I like her politics, though. She'll shoot down any right-winger, which is great. But Are You There, Chelsea? Are you there, viewers? No? Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, and I often, or now I'm wondering, did she last so long because her talk show was like 15 minutes long or 30 minutes long or whatever it was? Like it was super short, remember?
Yeah, and it was mostly...
It was super short.
Skits, right?
There would be some skits and then like one interview. She would interview one guest.
Rob, starring Rob Schneider.
Oh God.
Focus sitcom.
Oh God.
He's
the worst.
He's not a good actor. I mean, his show, Rob,
the worst.
He has a show on Netflix called Rob or something, but it's
Is
like
that on Netflix?
he's playing himself this time now. The Rob show.
In the show Rob, he plays himself too.
Why does he always play himself?
But it's so bad. Like the one that's on this list,
Yeah.
2012, he self-funded it
Oof.
and self-produced it, and he's not a good producer because he didn't get like a good cinematographer or a good gaffer or whatever, like, or somebody to do color correction on it, because like literally from like cut to cut there will be like different, it'll be like yellow, and then it's like so badly done, and the audio is horrendous. Like it's across the board one of the worst produced shows ever.
So sad.
And it's like, I know it's hard to do things, but like, what'd you spend money on? Like,
Yeah,
where'd the money go? Because I
you
don't
have
hear
enough
it.
connections.
Yeah, I don't hear it and I don't see it. Like, you filmed in your house and on golf courses. Like,
Haha, we're so quirky playing ourselves, our
yeah.
misadventures.
Yeah, he was like trying to do Curb Your Enthusiasm, but just failing.
And he had like an assistant that he would mentally and verbally abuse, right?
Yeah, it was similar to Larry, but without the love.
Right.
Like Curb has some heart to it, you know? Like, it's not just Larry's a jerk.
Yep.
He's a jerk, but he cares too.
I remember this next show, 1600 Pen.
I tried watching it, but it was behind a paywall.
Yeah, it was really trying to push Josh Gad's career with this one and Bill one. But the writing was crisp and good.
Yeah.
It had a really famous producer too. Like 1600 Pen had a huge producer. Let's see who that was. Oh, Jenna Elfman. Oof.
That was the producer?
No,
or
yeah.
Yeah, I knew she was on the show, and like Bill Pullman. I feel like I saw a couple episodes of this. I just barely remember it.
I can't see who was famous in it. Not no one. Yeah, no one of note.
Yeah, Josh Gad is one of the creators of it.
Yeah, but he wasn't really well known back then. So
him, John Lovett, not to be confused with John Lovitz.
John Lovitz.
And Jason Weiner. But like wine with an R, not like somebody who whines a lot.
Weiner. This next one looks horrendous. Work It.
Oh gosh. I didn't even want to watch any of that. I'm just like, come on, really? Bosom buddies again?
Man dressing up as women to get ahead and work.
This is funny. Okay. I guess not.
Panned by nearly every reviewer.
Yeah.
Caveman. I remember Caveman. That was also horrendous.
I remember seeing an episode or two of that. That was really bad.
Based on the Geico commercial with Caveman.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think I saw that right before I moved down here.
Dads with Seth MacFarlane.
Dads.
I remember that one. That one was right out the bat. Fox canceled immediately.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane live action sitcom featured Martin Mull calling Asians Orientals and telling his son not to trust the Chinese.
Gosh.
Wow. Ouch. The Millers.
Yeah, when is he gonna get canceled?
Seth MacFarlane, he gets away with that.
Oh gosh, The Millers. Okay, I watched a bunch of episodes of this, and because I really wanted it to get better, just because of the cast.
Yeah,
the cast is great. Like it could have been pretty good. The premise is a mother and father go to visit their son and daughter. They come up from Florida to see them, right? And while they're up there, they break up and decide they're going to get divorced. And they decide the dad's going to live with the son, who's Will Arnett, and the mom's going to live with the daughter, who is Jama Mays and Nelson Franklin, who's most known for his role on Blackish. And then the mom is Margot Martindale, and the dad is Beau Bridges, and Sean Hayes is in it. JB Smoove is in it from Curb. Sean Hayes from Will and Grace. Like there's like some good cast, but then it just falls flat. Like there's no good joke. Like the jokes are just either they're like wanting to be almost like Arrested Development, the writers, but then like it just comes off like as like cringy or just not funny.
That's sad. Through 2 years was on the air.
Yeah. And Will Arnett plays like because the cast is great. Like people probably are like, when is this gonna get good? Like when's this gonna get better? Will Arnett plays like an anchor man for like a news station. And he's like has like a lot of money, and he is the investor to his brother and sister's like horrible yoga smoothie shop.
Oh, the laughs ensue.
Yeah.
Hilarity ensues. Bad Judge. I remember this. Bad show.
Bad Judge.
I remember that one. It was a single camera sitcom with the chick from Private Addison.
Yes.
John Mulaney show. I tried to give that a chance. They had Martin Short. Awful.
Yeah.
Some of the lines, especially. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess he's funny. I just haven't seen enough of his material, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like, I have friends that are like, he's one of the funniest people ever. I'm just like, yes.
He's hit or miss.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't know. Angel from Hell.
Yeah. Skipping down.
With Jane Lynch.
I don't remember that at all.
Because it only lasted 5 episodes.
So how does that work?
I think the thing is like Jane Lynch worked on Glee, right? Because she had somebody to balance her out, right? You can't have the like super toxic character be the main character. I mean, I guess you can because All in the Family work, but that's like a rare, occurrence when
he was lovable. He was a lovable jerk.
He was a lovable jerk, yeah.
She's not
but
lovable.
She's not lovable on Glee. You're just scared of her. You're just always afraid of her.
You're on edge. She's like a bully.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can't have a bully for the main character.
No.
Unless the show is going to be like a Ted Lasso, and at the end she's not a bully anymore and she's like doing all this stuff or whatever. I don't know.
Ted Lasso did the reverse. Yeah. He went anti-Walter White. He went the other way.
Mm-hmm.
This next one I barely remember. The Great Indoors.
I watched a few episodes of this.
Is that on Peacock?
It's on Peacock, or either Peacock or Pluto. I think it was on Peacock. Yeah, again, it's like another show. They're like, oh, Joel McHale, he was good with an ensemble on Community. Like, give him his own show. And Christopher Mintz is on it. And it's just
I have a weird man crush on that guy.
It's just not that good. Christopher Mintz. I actually want to see him in more stuff. Like now that he's like an adult actor, like I want to see him in more.
I'm a thing for nerds, man. I don't know.
I was like on my own hill when Superbad came out, and I was like, it's good. It's not that funny. I don't know. Like there was parts of it that I thought were funny. Like I feel like Christopher Mintz storyline with the cops.
That was the best part of the movie.
Was like the only thing keeping me there.
Seth Rogen.
Because I really didn't like Jonah Hill's character. And I love him. I love him as an actor, but I really didn't like his character.
Excuse me. Imaginary Mary. Let's just pretend this Jenna Elfman show never happened. Jenna Elfman's another overrated actress. No offense, Jenna. What was the name of your show? The Great with that one guy.
Something in Dharma and Greg.
Yeah.
Dharma and Greg.
Never really got. And then Greg went on.
The parents were great in that. Parents had a good.
Didn't he become the Criminal Minds, the detective, the actor?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. After Dharma and Greg.
This one, 9JKL. What kind of a title is that?
So I watched a few episodes of this.
Where's this?
9JKL. Where is this streaming? It's on Pluto.
Oh.
9JKL is for 3 apartments: 9J, 9K, and 9L.
Awful.
And the main character lives in 9K. His parents live in 9J, and his himbo surgeon, brain surgeon brother and immigrant wife. And I'm only saying that because there's racist jokes. Live in 9L, and it's all about how he's like newly divorced. His TV show Blind Cop got canceled after however many seasons, and
Blind Cop.
It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. Like they make reference. People meet him and make references to scenes where he's like, "Where are you? Keep your hands up." It's like
insulting.
And so, yeah, dude, it's like, dude, the show is not. It's just not that good, and like it has like a cast that like could be good. I feel like Mark Feuerstein. I feel like that guy was on. Wasn't he on that show, like about the Royal Pains? That did well.
Royal Pains. Yeah.
But yeah, Linda Lavin and Elliot Gould were the parents.
Yeah. See, you should have a better outcome.
But like, it was so weird. Like there was this kid, Ian, played by Albert Sy, and he would just sit in the lobby of the building. It's an upscale Manhattan building. This kid has nothing better than do sit in the lobby and hang out with the doorman, who's like this like weird like college age guy, like who's really dumb, and it was just so bad. It was so bad. I watched like 3 episodes and it just kept getting worse.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I was doing other things while I was watching most of these shows.
Yeah, it's one of those shows you have on in the background.
Yeah, I just had to I wanted to get some insight for our listeners on some of these shows.
Living Biblically is about J.R. Ferguson tries to live in accordance with the Bible's teachings as closely as possible. The show went to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, I dare anyone to try to find that show, because try Googling Living Biblically and expecting to find a TV show, a sitcom. It's not going to happen. It's not.
We have 8 minutes. I'm going to breeze through the next ones. Abby's. Never heard of it.
Yeah, that was another failed show with networks were really trying to push Nelson Franklin on audiences, and he just did not work. He plays the boss's son on Blackish. It's like a serial killer.
Oh yeah.
He's in 2. He's the star of 2 of these shows, or a main character on 2 of these shows, and he just does not work.
He made it back with the devil. I know an actor on this next show who's actually a really nice kid, young man named Moses Storm, super talented kid. And he was the funniest part about this show, but this show could not catch an audience. I blame Cal Penn. I don't think he's that funny. Everyone else was really funny. Indebted. Outmatched. I remember this
Yeah,
one. This
don't
was
remember
on during the
the name.
pandemic.
Oh yeah, this one. Don't know that one.
Jason Biggs.
Oh yeah, I don't know if he's ever gonna. I think he's just gonna be poisoned forever.
I think I like Jason Biggs. They're doing
So,
American Pie.
so are they? So I was. This is funny because I was thinking about Jason Biggs the other day, and I was like, it'd be funny to do either a show or a movie with him, where it's just about how he can't get away from, the pie scene, and like how like everywhere he goes, it's all anybody sees, when they meet him,
Goes to a diner to meet
etc.
his agent. They're like, "Would you like a piece of?"
Yeah, but I feel like it would have to be a drama because otherwise that would just get old if that was the only joke. It would have to be more depressing about like
You have to really balance that out when you
because that has to suck.
yeah, when you do a
That's
movie
who you are.
typecast. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awful.
Well, I mean, not even typecast. That's just how people identify you, as the pie effort.
He needs to do a voiceover.
Yeah.
And
If he did
cartoon.
voiceover work, he'd get work because
He's
people
a
would.
super talented actor. I like him a lot. I don't. Sean William Scott, same thing. The Stifler syndrome. All
Mhm.
those kids, they got stuck.
Yeah.
None of them really
Yep.
got out of that, right?
Yeah. Even that was like gosh, I'm blanking on his name now. Uh, he was big in
Thomas Ian Griffith.
no, gosh,
The only one that really
he,
did
he
anything.
ended up being in the Twin Peaks reboot.
Okay.
But it's like the first time I've seen him since like the 90s or like the early aughts because he got that reputation. Where is he? Gosh, what's his name? He was in a lot of big movies, but I feel like before he was like discovered, I feel like he studied Shakespeare and stuff like that. And then
Oh.
he just played idiots. Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard.
Oh, Lillard was in this?
Yeah, he was in the new Twin Peaks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he was in American Pie?
He was in no, he wasn't in American
Dream.
Pie, but he was in like other, he was in
Yeah.
the Scooby-Doo movies and
She's all that. Was she
yeah, She's
was
All
he
That. He was big in he was in She's All That.
and Scream was the big one.
Yep, and Scream. And he just got stuck playing like that idiot, you know, character. And yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for people like that when that ends up being
Typecast.
yeah. And well,
You have
and
to have
not just
agent.
typecast, how people perceive you. So you can't even like it's not even just the casting directors, it's like public perception
You
that
can't
you
separate.
can't get away with because like you'll see them because I feel like he was in some like action heist movie or something like that. It was actually pretty good, but like people were just like, "Oh, he does comedies." It's like he's an actor.
It's like what happened to George Reeves when he did Mutiny on the Bounty. Remember, the audiences were
Mhm.
laughing at him because it was Superman. You have to be really careful. Zendaya is someone that's super the range. I mean, she could be MJ in Spider-Man, and then she could be Rue in Euphoria, and then she could be in Dune, and you can separate all of them, which is
Yeah.
hard to do. Those are really massive tentpole franchises, all of them.
Yep.
It's hard to do. Mark Hamill got trapped in that, believe it or not. He just wanted voice work.
No, he definitely did. That's why he did voiceover for so long.
Yeah. Harrison Ford, he just kind of played the same character.
Yeah. I mean, he was lucky to get a few big franchises at the same time.
He's the
And
Chris,
so then people were like, "Oh, you can be other things."
he's Chris Pratt, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have to get back to it. This has been a lovely episode. Remember to please follow us on Instagram at TV Time Machine Podcast, the TV Time Pod on Twitter,
And where's our
and
TikTok? I always forget our TikTok. It's
the
just
TikTok
TV
is, I think, the TV Time Machine.
Podcast. Sorry for all my alarms that are going off this episode.
TikTok is TV
At
Time
TV
Machine
Team.
Podcast.
At TV Time Machine Podcast.
Same on Instagram. So from the TV Time Machine Podcast, I am Luis.
And I'm Adam.
And
We love
TV.
TV.
All right, buddy. I love you. I will talk to you very soon. I'm going to get this up.
Right.
And I want to hear about your trip. Talk to you soon.
Yeah.